Hi guys, welcome back to another day, another game of League of Legends. Today we have Ferris State Crimson team playing off against SJU today. I'm here. I'm questionable. I'm here with my co-host.
Dolphin Dade.
All right. And looks like we are. They are moving a bit fast
Really
today. We
quick
are
and yeah.
already in the pick ban phase. Looking at Ferris's side, we have a Renata, Zach, and Jin ban. So sad to see the Jin ban on the board. And on SJU's side, they decided to ban Kled, typical Senna, and Shyvana, which are two typical bans we see against Ferris recently.
Quick MF pick. I like Cheese on MF. He's pretty good. Um, I don't know anything about SJU. I didn't see the OpenIDG before, but hopefully we see some interesting drafts. Varus. I don't really know Varus' state right now, but I can't remember him being any good.
I've seen Varus in pretty much like every role but ADC. So if this is an ADC Varus, I honestly can't speak on it. But if it's like not, I mean, it could be like AP Varus, but we do see the Karma locked in aside, so it's typical to see both the ADC and support pick together in round one. So I would assume that's a Varus ADC.
It's a Mumu also. I've been seeing Jones play a Mumu support a ton. So yep, and the Kha'Zix locks in. So I'm pretty sure this is Mumu support. Kha'Zix jungle. This is looking like a good draft so far by Ferris. Pretty
Right.
comfortable picks.
SJU a lot more scared of the Shyvana than they are of the Kazakhs. You know, Lem is really well known for his Kazakhs and Lee Sin gameplay, but he's been playing a lot of Shyvana. We've been seeing teams ban that a lot recently, and looks like SJU is going to respond with the Poppy.
I like this pick. I think it helps a lot with Mumu and Kha'Zix. Also, Poppy. Last time I played, it was felt really good to play.
Right, Poppy really solid pick and really really good into Kazakhs counters pretty hard, especially against Lem's playstyle. He likes to invade a lot, so we might see a little bit slower gameplay from Lem this game. And SJU's first round two ban is going to be the Aatrox targeting the top lane.
All right, let's see what Ferris bans out. My headset's off. What? Did you hear that?
I heard that as weird.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't. If you're talking, okay, okay,
Okay.
all right. Like looks like Ferris responds with the Oriana ban. Really smart pick. You know, Oriana Poppy put together really dangerous combo. Once they start getting ultimates up and mid game starts hitting, and Oriana is just doing a ton of damage.
All right, let's see what SJU uses their final ban for. It looks like it'll be. Oh, we don't know
That's
yet.
Shen.
So Shen. So we're getting another top lane champ.
Right. I don't think
And
Thompson has ever really played Shen.
no,
That's more probably just like a safe pick. And we see the Udyr response. Shen also doesn't do well into Udyr period, so that's mostly just they don't want the Shen ultimate saving, say their MF or anything.
I actually haven't seen new Udyr yet. So
Yeah.
it's been that long. So
He
I'm looking
is
forward to this.
he is he's a 50-50 champ. Either you do really well on him and he's just impossible to kill and he just chases you down and just does everything you want a champion to do, or he's just a really large minion. I mean,
Oh, okay.
not much in between.
So like Udyr before.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Except he has like range CC, I guess. And we see Ferris State lock in the Vex. We our mid laner Rewa has been playing that a ton, especially in competitive games. Been doing really well with it.
All right, the Darius hovered by Ferris State. Hopefully we get it. I think Darius is a fun champ to watch. And I have so much faith in Thompson to
All
play
right.
it. And he picks
We
it.
do see the Darius. I have never seen the Thompson play the Darius, so I'm excited to see this, and I would imagine he does rather well into Udyr, but I can imagine neither of them are going to be killing each other early on. They're both really tanky with not a ton of base damage early on.
All right, let's see what SJU's last pick
It's
is.
going to be a mid lane pick, I would imagine, unless that is a mid lane Varus for some reason.
That could be fun.
It's
All
a
right,
Yasuo.
Yasuo.
We see a full AD comp from SJU, but lucky for them, doesn't look like Ferris has any real hard tank champions. So, we could see a lot of ninja tabbies, but aside from that, no real like armor stacking or anything on their side.
Well, I mean, maybe the Varus goes AP and fixes it, but yeah, if he doesn't, then that's not the greatest situation.
Right, Ferris has a much more all-in comp, with the Kazakhs, the Vex, the Amumu. They really want to just get in there, get in other teams' faces. But SJU has more than enough counter strike. They have Poppy to stop all like dashes and get ways of getting in. Yasuo with his wind wall stop things like the MF all and the Vex all. Udyr, you can just run away. Varus can just hold people in place with his ultimate, and Karma has just AOE team shields. So uh, not a bad team comp from either side. It really is just a matter of who can play to their team's win cons better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Um, what lane do you think will be the most entertaining to watch?
I'm really interested to see how this mid lane goes. Honestly, I've this Vex versus Yasuo lane is rather volatile from my personal experience. So, whoever starts getting ahead early on, say like 2-1 or 2-0, I mean that could like swing the mid lane in their team's favor a lot early on.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun to watch. Um, okay, looks like we're actually picking the champs, and then we'll be waiting the 3 minutes to get into the game. All right, so we're gonna go on a break right now, and we'll be back whenever the game first starts. We'll see you soon. Jono, I think.
I'm Sam Mazzola, and I'm the team leader for Ferris State Call of Duty.
48 and 29. This young man, and he's just walking down the point. Oh my God, Karaka.
I'm graduating with an ISI degree, which is Information Security and Intelligence. My education here at Ferris was amazing. I came from Wayne State previously and Alma College before then, and it wasn't the right fit for those two previous schools. But when I came to Ferris, I started out with another degree entirely, and then eventually transferred into what I'm doing now, and I've loved it ever since. And I highly recommend anyone who's looking into any sort of cybersecurity, definitely check out Ferris State.
30
Karaka in a really advantageous spot here. See if he can get this guy in Reno. That's huge. Can he get the guy coming from patio?
Yes,
huge.
he can.
Big kills from Karaka. What a leader.
Can he get this one kill coming in right now?
Going to
Yes,
the
he
last
can.
one kills.
That's a
This
big
is
kill.
huge.
One more towards the alley. Oh my God, Karaka.
I do feel like I've got gained a lot from being part of the esports team at Ferris. I definitely wish I would have known earlier about the program. I came in last fall after I saw an email sent out, and it's definitely something that I would recommend anybody who's interested in playing even competitively or even casually, just to make some new friends and have a good time.
Oh, he's going for the
Oh, no.
assassination. He does it to him. Oh, Karaka.
Coming from a background where I've played competitively for orgs and other things like that for about 10 years now, it's definitely been supplemented it, and I feel like a lot of the people that haven't done that definitely have a lot to learn from Ferris Esports. Even if you don't plan on pursuing something in the future, it's definitely an experience that I think if you play games and are interested in competitively at all, it's something you definitely should look into. My favorite moment from this past year here was probably our game versus Davenport. We ended up losing, and we still took it down between 2 rounds, and it was just a good showing of how when we play together, good things can happen.
I mean, I believe. I'm a Karaka believer.
Karaka is going to read this. He sees him. He sees him. You're just playing ring around Rosie right now. Hey, Karaka with a 1v4. Oh my God, Karaka.
Absolutely
Oh my
mad,
God.
man. What's your favorite memory from being in the Ferris Esports?
I can't say it on the interview.
My wins on the game, on the map. Let's go.
Oh, no, Caracas, no.
There's a spot for everybody in every type of game. Speaking from my experience for Call of Duty, we have the more competitive A team who goes out to try to win every day, and then we have the academy team who definitely just comes out to have fun and be part of the team. So there's definitely a place for everybody, and just take a look. There's always something for you.
Okay, sorry about that. Didn't realize we were live. All right, it looks like the game's they're in loading screen right now. We're just gonna be waiting for the spectator delay. So, what are you expecting from both teams for this game, Dade?
All right, so I mean, for top lane, I guess it's kind of hard for me to say because I haven't seen the new Udyr. If it plays somewhat similar to the old one, I think that'll be kind of a boring matchup to watch. I won't lie. The Poppy pick really kind of shuts Lem down. I'm not gonna lie. So maybe his playstyle will be a little bit more tame than usual. Mid lane, I think it will be the most fun to watch. Vex versus Yasuo. I mean, that is just entertaining. A lot surely will happen. Misfortune and Moo, that is a great combo, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do. I'm not too sure that I'm a Varus believer, but I have faith in hopefully that'll be an entertaining matchup. What about you?
Right. I could say it could be either the Vex and Yasuo lane. That could be very interesting. But Rewa is known that like once he hits like level 6 around there, he starts like just shoving the wave and roaming a lot. So pre 6 that could be. I'd say that's the most interesting lane. But post that, I'm interested in seeing how this bot lane plays. Varus Karma is a really strong poke lane. So MF and Amumu are really just looking to do their absolute best to just survive the lane with as much HP as possible. And then once 6 happens, have Amumu just land his Q in, and then R, and then MF just ulti, and hopefully Varus and Karma can't just like get out, or like Karma just mantra shield her and Varus and just take no damage and just waste everyone's time.
Yeah, I think it'll be entertaining to see. A lot of combos can be done with Ferris's team, and I feel like, I'm looking forward to seeing what SJU has to offer. I've never seen them play before, but I feel like, the rank disparity didn't seem like it was too different. So I think this will be a pretty even matchup.
Right, definitely. I think this is a game that will be heavily influenced by like jungler impact. Whichever jungler is more proactive on the map and can help get their teammates ahead. I think that will be, I don't want to say like the determining factor, but a rather noticeable determining one in helping their team get a victory.
If you're the Poppy right here, which lane are you thinking you're gonna play for?
If I'm the Poppy, I'd probably play for, I want to say, I don't know. Top lane is the only lane with reliable CC, especially pre-6. But, you really do want to get this Yasuo ahead early on, because if this Yasuo gets ahead, there's really nobody on Ferris' side who can actually, adequately deal with him.
Yeah. I think with the pushing Varus and Karma, I think maybe if they poke him out enough, maybe the Poppy can look for some dives. If you're Lem right now, playing Kha'Zix, who are you pathing towards?
If I'm Lem, knowing Ferris, I would kind of also want to path towards mid lane. Cody is a really strong player, especially once he gets the lead. He's able to take over a game. So, getting him like 3-0 by like 10, 15 minutes is a pretty big deal for Ferris' side. So that's something he would want to impact.
Yeah, and we're actually loading into the game right now. So I think I'm pretty excited to see what goes on. Let's see if there are any like special runes going on. I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
We see exhaust on both AD carries, and we do see the heal on Karma. I don't believe she had resolve, which, if you see heal on support, that typically means that they have, I forget what it's called, but there is a rune that makes your heals and shields stronger. But if she does have, is it Revitalize?
I think it might be. I could be wrong. It's been a while. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a while.
It could be that. I'm not gonna discredit it.
It looks like Ferris is pathing topside, maybe looking to get an early play and get a bit of a lead.
Right.
Let's
We
see
do
if
see
they actually
Udyr
see
sitting in
anyone.
the bush. He doesn't spot them just yet. Or is he gonna see them now? They walk up. Do you see the Udyr? Umumu lands his Q. Udyr does not have flash. He has ghost. He does not blow it. And Rewa gets the first blood. Umumu lands another Q. I doubt they're gonna get that Yasuo though.
They do get a ward on this red, so they do get some information as well as the first blood. And like we were talking about before, we're trying to get this Vex fed, and Vex now has first blood, and she had time to back.
Dark Seal, which is going to be really massive if she starts stacking that really early on, and she's just going to start getting damage on damage, and she could easily become out of control the longer this game goes on.
That was a really good play for Ferris. Udyr not having flash, if he gets caught level 1, it's kind of impossible for him to get out. So that was really smart for them. They have this lead now. Let's see if they can maintain this pressure and win the game.
Right. We do see the Kha'Zix starting on his blue buff on the top side of the map. This typically means that he's going to be looking for either a mid lane or a bot lane gank early on once he gets around level 3 to 4. And that's actually pretty smart. Remember that the SJU does have a pushing bot lane with the Varus Karma, so it could be a very easy lane gank, especially since Amumu has such easy engage with 2 procs of his Q to go in on whoever he desires.
Yeah, and like we thought, it seems like CS-wise at least, most impact is happening. Maybe something might happen top. Darius is looking kind of low.
Oh, he goes. He's going in. He's all in.
Oh.
Darius flash. Will the passive kill him?
I think it does.
It does kill him. Sparkle Brownies with the first blood. Trace the flash for the ghost. Not the worst thing in the world. Udyr's going to have to TP back to this top lane in order to not miss too much XP. And he is now 2-0, 2 minutes into the game. This is not a good look for him. He also used both of his pods.
He also used both of his summons now too. So in 7 minutes, I believe, he'll have TP back up. So I mean, if he gets his wave in a bad lane state, looks like Yasuo's going in for a fight on Vex, and it's a pretty even trade.
Something to note is that, you know, Vex's W, I believe, passive does stack up on dashes, which is really, really bad news for the Yasuo with how much he wants to dash in order to gap close in on his opponent.
Does look like this top wave is pushing into Udyr, so he should be fine.
Udyr is not happy. He knows that the Darius does not have flash, but I don't know if he knows the Darius still has ghost. Looks like he's not going to be using it, though. He doesn't have a need to, but he does push him off the wave. He's going to have to reset.
It's like a solo kill might happen in here mid lane.
He
Flash
flashes
alone.
and gets the Yasuo. Yasuo saves his flash, but he does have TP. He will be able to get back into the lane faster. It looks like Lem did invade the Poppy. I did see that earlier. I forgot to mention it, but it looks like Poppy wasn't able to, you know, do much about it. I think she stole the big Raptor, but, you know, Lem pretty much took everything else.
Looks like now Yasuo's catching the wave while Vex gets to back. And if we saw what happened, Yasuo has to use TP, while Vex should be able to come back without using TP. And
right, looks like she's going to use it anyway. You know, using TP early on so you can just get a cooldown early as possible. Not the worst thing in the world. We do see Poppy sitting in the bot tri-bush, just waiting to see if he can gank, but it looks like Ferris isn't making any risky plays. But Kha'Zix might. He's looking for something. Doesn't know the Poppy is there. He's caught out, stunned, and exhausted. This could be the end for the Kha'Zix. Poppy flashes, gets hit by the Carmel alt Q, goes down. Jones, he pretty much solos the Ferris, and looks like they want the Amumu as well. He gets out of there alive. Poppy has no flash. He's getting ran down by the MF. This is going to be a dead Poppy. Or it's not. Karma gives her a shield and speeds up. She's out of there. Cheese has to blow his flash. Only Ferris goes down in that trade. Well, Kha'Zix also went down.
it looked like in the beginning of that fight that MF and Umumu were kind of focused more on the Karma rather than Kha'Zix focusing on the other two. We do see that the bot lane now has 0 sums. And Ferris has 0 sums, but Karma still has her flash up, so I would say it's a pretty good trade for SJU as they do get a kill and don't lose any of their own. Did it die? I don't think they died.
Yeah, the Ferris died. Too.
Oh, yeah, okay, so it was a 1-for-1 trade, that was my bad. Yeah. But, I mean, that's pretty worth it for them, and they do get 4 sums out of the way.
Ferris, it looks like Ferris did, it's kind of hard to say, not mix up Ferris and Ferris, but it looks like Ferris did get the better recall there. Yasuo's going in, knows that the Vex doesn't have flash, he takes a tower shot, and Kha'Zix is there. Poppy goes down 3-0, Vex 5 minutes in. Yasuo flashes, gets a shutdown. Can Kha'Zix get the cleanup kill? MF is there, he gets the kill, and we see another fight going on top lane. Sparkle's running him down. Udyr almost has ghost up. He looks like he's not going to be needing it though.
All right, well, Poppy didn't seem a little too greedy right there. But, I mean, the thought was okay, but kind of a shame for SJU. It was nice though that the Yasuo was able to get a return kill. I mean, that was still pretty good, favorable for Ferris, but pretty good plays.
Ferris is going to be sneaking this dragon right now. Looks like there's just going to be too many with Amumu and Kaz. It's going to be pretty slow, but since Poppy's on the top side of the map, there's no real contest. And MF is just going to get a lot of solo XP. This is going to be really massive. Come, 5 minutes, you're really going to see this.
So, I mean, Ferris and Karma is a pretty heavy poke lane, but it doesn't look like that MF is that far behind. She has only 13 CS down. A fight is happening in mid lane right now.
Kha'Zix is back there. Yasuo still has no flash, but he has so many dashes. Vex ults in. Yasuo return ults in. He goes down to the Kha'Zix. Yasuo 1-3. The 0-10 power spike is starting to come up.
Yeah, we're almost there. Maybe then we'll see some insane plays. But, I mean, the thought right there of hitting the Kha'Zix with, the Kha'Zix with the tornado, it was pretty close. Yasuo may have gotten that if he was closer to some of his minions. Then Kha'Zix wouldn't have gotten his single target bonus damage. But I mean, the thought was there. I liked it.
Honestly, I would agree that that's the most optimal play. You have no flash, you have no real way of getting out, especially after Vex ults you. Is in your best interest to at least try to get a 1-for-1 trade or something like that.
Yeah, I think Yasuo played that as best as he could. If we look into the bot lane right now, it looks like Ferris is still up in CS. It'll probably be like this for a bit. Vex has roamed. Maybe we'll see some action.
There's dodges all the skill shots. She's going to get out of there. Karma lands her W on Vex. Doesn't matter a whole lot. She doesn't see the Poppy. Poppy's there fighting. She's not going to do a whole lot of damage. She only has lucidity boots. Jones looks like he's going in. Doesn't accomplish a whole lot.
The pressure from Vex does allow the bot lane to push in the wave, though, so that's pretty good.
We see Kha'Zix going after this Yasuo yet again. This Yasuo does have a level on him, but it looks like Lem is kind of winning this.
Vex is is back as well.
Yas lands his tornado. He's not going to follow up with it, though. No need to. He's just trying to get out of there. He gets that in and out. Gets a free play for that as well. Also takes Kha'Zix's R with him as he goes, and he's just going to stay in lane. Doesn't lose anything for that, really.
All right, so a bit of farming on top lane now after the first 2 kills.
Right, you know, top lane is pretty much just an island at this point. You know, if junglers, if either jungler comes top side, I can imagine it's only really for the
Looks like a fight is happening. Darius does have ult, so this is an okay play. Doesn't look like he'll be getting it though.
Right, it looks like he comes out on the losing end of that. And Poppy goes after the Vex again. Gets knocked up by the Yasuo. Gets 2-man fear on the Yasuo.
That was a really good fear.
Kha'Zix is there to help. Vex attempts to all misses. Looks like Poppy's going to go down. Rewa gets yet another kill. Will Yasuo be able to get out of this one? He does not. Kha'Zix gets another kill. 4-1 Vex, 8.5 minutes in the game. 2 kills on the Kha'Zix. This is just absolutely massive, dominant performance by Ferris, looking really good. And Kha'Zix is going to get a Rift Herald in return for that. They're pinging missing on that, though. Looks like SJU is aware that that is a high probability, and Poppy is heading towards the top side.
Well, like we were talking about before this game, we were looking to get Vex ahead, and I mean, that's happening now. So Cody's, or Rewa, the Vex is pretty good at getting, oh, looks like Kha'Zix might die to this.
That goes
is a
down.
shame. Now the thing is, Poppy and Udyr are there, so it's kind of hard for Vex to secure this.
Right.
And
he does not.
SJU
Vex
does get the
steals that. Poppy ults, tries to get out. You know, Udyr with his point-and-click stun, he goes down, gives another shutdown to Poppy this time. Looks like Poppy's going to be back in this game now.
Was a bit of a throw by Ferris, but I don't think it's the end of the world. For SJU, they're pretty happy right now being able to capture that Rift Herald. Maybe they can make a play out of it and catch up a bit.
Right, definitely. You know, Kha'Zix was attempting to get that when he was not only sitting on a lot of gold, but also, looks like a fight is happening out bot lane. Do we see Karma got on? Karma goes down. Ferris ulties, gets exhausted. He's doing his best. It looks like it may or may not be enough. Cheese is doing his best to dodge everything. He gets, Ferris gets a kill on the MF. Jones, he has to clean it up. Kha'Zix is mid lane yet again, and he takes the Yasuo down again. Overall 3-for-1 trade on the map. Ferris is up 12-4.
Like you were talking about before, once the spot lane hits 6, the combo is lethal. And we just saw it right there. Mumu hits 1 Q, and then it's basically over for whoever gets hit. Ferris did play that really well, getting that flash to dodge some of the stuff and be able to kill MF. So it's not the worst for SJU, but definitely Ferris favored and really good play.
Right, absolutely. That was really well played by SJU there. And we see Yasuo TP mid, Poppy's there again. You know, we see a lot of jungle action in this mid lane. They really want to get their mid laners as strong as possibly can. And it looks like Lem is doing just a slightly better job at it this game. We see another fight breaking out top lane. We're going to see some, you know, full-time action. Looks like Sparkle, he ghosts in. He really wants him. He flashes in. Udyr ghosts in retaliation. Sparkles is going to go down. Not a very close fight. Udyr kills him.
Looks like he may have been just a bit over-eager, but I mean, I like the idea, the aggressiveness. It does just seem like Udyr is just stronger right now. Again, I do like the aggressiveness. It's fun to watch.
Definitely. You know, it is one of those, you know, hindsight is 20/20 plays right there. You know, after you see how little damage you do to him, wasting both of your sums on him, not exactly the best deal. But we do see a fight breaking out, 2v3. Or, okay, now it looks like 3v4. Cheese has a right. He gets stunned by the Versal. Poppy ignores him, goes after the Kha'Zix gets the 600 goes shutdown. Yasuo ults the Vex. Vex spears him. Will Reebok be able to get a kill? He gets a kill on the Karma, but she goes down anyway. Jones hits his Q, but doesn't get to follow up. And Cheese cannot save the Amumu, but he does get the Yasuo at the end of the day. Overall, 3-for-4 trade, not the worst thing in the world, but you know, when you are SJ, you're this far down behind. I honestly consider a 3-for-4 trade a win for them.
Yeah, I mean, when you're far behind, you have to make stuff happen, and right there, getting 3 kills and a shot. I mean, Poppy alone got a 600 gold shutdown plus a 300 kill gold.
Right. Not to mention they stopped the dragon attempt right there, so you know, dragon is still up and they can fight over it yet again. Except this time, you know, everyone has their reset gold. Everyone except for Cheese, he hasn't reset yet. And Poppy is down there. It looks like she's just gonna beeline to it.
Looks like MF is using her ult so that they can clear wave and get some.
Poppy hex flashing over the wall. Cheese may or may not see this. Doesn't get the stun off, and Poppy is just gonna get out of there. Jones
looks like
misses
Kha'Zix is taking Drake right now, while they are pressuring the team off.
Looks like Rewa is going to go help, but doesn't need to. Kazik gets the dragon just by himself. And Udyr is just running him down. He has his completed mythic item, whereas Sparkles does not. Lem possibly caught out here. No, it looks like he's going to be fine. Yasuo going in on his back. So he lands the knockup, doesn't decide to take the ult, doesn't really need to.
Mumu is walking mid right now, and
oh, looks like we're going to see a 4-man attempt. Okay,
oh, wow.
lands his ultimate on Yasuo. Yasuo doesn't have wind wall, and Rewall gets yet another kill.
I mean, if I'm Yasuo right now, I just run it down for three more deaths, and they have 10 deaths power spike, and then you just carry the game.
Right, honestly, things are looking really pretty grim for Ferris right now. Karma gonna get a CC off. He doesn't land. Okay, Kazik get yet another kill.
Oh, the
Rewall
Vex
ults
ult.
in, gets 2 more kills added to his score. That is now 9 stacks on his Dark Seal.
Looks like, honestly, whenever Vex got that first blood, it feels kind of hard to play as Yasuo. I mean, if I was Yasuo, I would feel pretty unmotivated. But you have to make stuff happen. So, like, yeah, SJU is pretty far behind, but I like seeing their proactiveness, and they're trying to get stuff done.
Right.
It's really all you can do.
You know, they're not extremely far behind, but, you know, being down 5K gold at 13.5 minutes is really, really bad. You know, if we're like 25, 30 minutes in, not an insurmountable lead, but right now it is pretty tough to come past. Something that should be noted, it doesn't look like this Poppy is up all too many items on this Yasuo, honestly.
Well, I don't know how much Poppy you've played as jungle, and maybe you can help answer this. How good is Poppy's clear?
Honestly, I haven't played a whole lot of Poppy, but I mean, early on, she's just really another tank jungler. Not super fast, but, you know, pretty healthy clear at the end of the day.
Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, jungle has been very Kazak's favorite this game, which I was surprised about. We're seeing something happen top lane. Udyr is 2 levels higher than Darius, so maybe we'll get something happen.
Udyr goes in, so does Darius. Everyone's moving so
Mumu
fast.
is top as well as Vex.
Udyr just juking everything. Gets feared by Rewalk. Is he going to get out? Oh, Mumu blows the ultimate and gets the Udyr.
Looks like Poppy knocks Mumu away. There's really good
Rewalk
MF
lands
ult.
the ultimate. Is he going to take it? He did. Gets the 2-man fear. Gets the Poppy. Will the Yasuo die for this too? There are 4 people up here. Yasuo dies too. This could be a dead tier 1 tower.
I mean, that was really Ferris favored. I like seeing the, you know, the proactiveness on SGU's side. The Udyr, while he did start 0-2, has been playing this game pretty well, except for those 2 deaths. I mean, right there, he was surviving so long, and it looked like he was actually about to get out, maybe trade some kills, but it didn't happen in his favor. Everyone else was just top. Yeah, so that is Ferris favored. Vex is now 11-3, has a 10-stack Dark Seal. Maybe we'll see the Mage Eyes come out. It is kind of a risky play, but honestly, Mage Eyes feels good, and if you have 10 stacks, it is.
Right, you know, you always love to, you know, see like really active plays and see, you know, players take risky things such as the Magi's attempts. So if we did get to see the Magi's, it would be most optimal. Poppy gets spotted out. Udyr is there for coverage, but doesn't exactly have a flash or anything to hop a wall.
Does look like Vex gets to steal that red buff. Poppy's feeling pretty bad right now, not being able to get the farm.
Ferris has just been in his Poppy's jungle, especially the top side, this entire game. She's having a hard time. She's down over 30 CS relative to this Kha'Zix. Not to mention Kha'Zix has 10 more assists and a kill over her. So guys are just, you know, paped up over her. He's just really struggling right now.
If I'm Ferris in this game, I'm feeling really good about the outcome of this. I will say you don't want to get too overconfident because then that could lead to some terrible mistakes. Looks like Kha'Zix is trying to maybe get this tower right here. Drops the Tail just to secure the tier 1. Good to get out of the way.
Yas lands and knocks up, and he goes in on the Kha'Zix. It is a 2v4 in the mid lane
really
right
good Everfrost by Vex right there. Varus does hit the ult.
The ultimate. He stunts both of them. Will either of them die?
Neither
of them
coming
go
in.
down. Poppy did. I mean, Vex did land. Oh, Rewall with 2 kills. Will he go down for it though? He has to stop watch. And he gets out of there alive. They do not get the Vex.
That fight was turned around completely. The Mumu
Jones
flashed
with the
in
flash
with the Q. Looks like Darius is fighting Udyr right now. He is 2 levels down, so it doesn't really look that Darius' favorite. It looks like he's just.
Right. If he had the level 2 ult, I would say that you know could possibly be a Darius win, but since he doesn't, okay.
Wow, looks like a Mumu Q hits the Poppy and they get the Poppy kill.
Extremely high action game. I can't finish a sentence without something else happening.
Right.
You know, next few seconds.
All right, yeah, this is a 2 kill per minute game, so that's pretty good.
Right, you know, it makes for a lot of really good quality content.
Looks like he didn't miss the cannon, so this is a 1 game.
That's all that matters.
Game is won. Looks like Drake is coming up soon, so and MF and Vex are posturing around it. Kha'Zix as well. So it looks like Ferris is going to be looking to get Drake. This is the third one, putting them at soul point.
If I were Ferris after getting to tier 2, I would like seeing a bit more vision in their bot side jungle, just for, added protection, who's going to be approaching and at around what time. But, you get what you can. And it looks
coming
like
in from
Udyr. Udyr's TPing in. Darius does not have a TP to match it. He's going in. This is going to be a 5v4. Darius has no way of getting in.
the Kha'Zix is out of the pit as well, so they can't get the...
Kha'Zix goes down. Looks like SJU gets the objective bounty claim, and Ferris is going to lose this fight. The Udyr TP really did make the difference right there, honestly.
Does look like Darius is pushing in top. Maybe he can even trade to the tower for this. I will say, if I'm SJU, I'm playing around Udyr. This guy is so tanky.
Right, he's just he just feels unkillable right now. All right, we do see the Yasuo reset, and he's going to be TPing. In
There
the
it is. Vex has now purchased Major Soul Sealer.
Let's go.
Increase in movement speed, ton of AP, and a lot more room for growth. I am looking forward to seeing this Vex pop off even more.
Right, 27 kills. Vex is 14 of them. Over half the kills. Darius goes in. He wants some action. Varus does not have R to stop this. Karma just used her W. They have no CC to deal with this.
It's like Vex does miss the R. Darius gets his ult off.
Another kill.
So was his Ghost and ult worth the Karma? I think so. I mean,
I'm not sure
it's
if
the
Karma
mental
was
edge.
really worth any gold, but hey, just to set SJU even that further bit behind, hopefully just do that little bit extra to make the mental boom. You do what
Looks
you
like a
gotta
move
do.
hits the Q on Yasuo in mid while Kha'Zix is getting picked out. Varus well.
ultimates. That could be a dead Kha'Zix right there. Yeah,
Udyr is also running on Vex and Amumu. Let's see if they can pick.
Udyr 1v2ing
so
the bot
tanky.
lane right now. Bot lane is not able to really do anything. They don't really have
Yeah,
the tank
Amumu
for-
coming out, stopping
Stunned under
Udyr.
tower. Varus lands the
Varus
long-range
snipe.
Q, and Udyr is just out of there. In and out, and he still has just about half HP. That is what new Udyr does, if you were wondering.
This is my first interaction with Udyr after his rework, and honestly, I can say I'm glad I don't play this anymore. All right. Yeah, like I said before, if I'm SGU, I'm playing around Udyr. This guy is unkillable. The nice thing is Vex didn't die there. I mean, Vex, 700 gold bounty. That's 1,000 gold for killing her. If Udyr gets that, he's even more unkillable. Right now, he's running towards Darius. 2 levels higher still. Darius no sums. Let's see how this goes.
We do see,
Oh,
I
my
want to
goodness.
mention that this Udyr is building a force of nature, it looks like, to deal with this Vex and Amumu. So once he gets that, he's the only person on Ferris' team who has any, real, insane damage. He's going to be doing less than nothing to this Udyr. We see Poppy flash for
The auto attack.
Kha'Zix
Kha'Zix picks up the Poppy, jumps in, takes the Poppy. Now Udyr might die.
Oh, I didn't realize Kha'Zix has the evolve E. He eats twice in that. Yasuo ults the Vex, tries to get the kill, and he has to flash out after not accomplishing a whole lot.
The MF ult forces the Yasuo flash. Honestly, I was not expecting that outcome of the top. I didn't see Kha'Zix coming in. Poppy flashing just for the ranged auto attack was interesting. Kha'Zix came out of nowhere, and it just turned into Ferris' favored.
Not sure I recommend that, Poppy flash. I think you could have saved that and then just shoved it in. And then, if something happened where you needed flash, you would have it. Because, it looked like the flash probably would have helped her in the game, later, in the game.
Yeah, but this is just hindsight 2020. Honestly, right now it doesn't matter. In 2 minutes, there is Hex Tech Drake. It's the soul. It's not soul point. My bad.
It will put them on soul point.
Yeah, it'll put Ferris on soul point. But if SJU can get this like they did the last one, that's some objective bounty gold. I mean, that's what they want. Kha'Zix is sitting here waiting for the Udyr.
I'm not
Doesn't
sure
look like they're
Udyr
going
is the
for it,
target
though.
he wants for her right now. He does have his finished mythic item that gives armor, not to mention tabbies. So he is, extremely armored up.
The Kha'Zix damage on Yasuo is a ton. Udyr does get the stun off.
Poppy is looking for the Kha'Zix stuns him. Udyr is in 1v4 right now.
Kha'Zix does get the
goes
Yasuo
down,
back.
and
Udyr goes
is
down.
Everyone's going in on the Varus. Will he get out? Karma heals him. Rewall flashes in. Doesn't get another kill, sadly enough. Poppy might be caught out. Looks like she's not. They're going to get out. This could be a free Baron. Everyone left on SJU's side is going to have to recall, and Ferris is extremely healthy. Looks like they are going to start this Baron.
Honestly, if I'm SJU and I'm playing around Udyr and Udyr runs in, it's kind of hard to follow up. I'm not going to lie. Because you do have Varus and Karma playing for poke. Udyr going in. It's not very convenient. But, I mean, for 4 people killing Udyr, he did last quite a while. I won't lie.
Right, now that, the game is, well underway and we see how the team composition is working, it looks like Ferris's team composition is playing more towards their side. On SJU's side, they have, like, Ferris and Karma who want to, like, poke out a fight before it starts, and then, like, Udi and Poppy who want to, like, go in and just, like, start a fight immediately, whereas Ferris's entire team is, like, one cohesive unit of go in and kill them. They don't have really any way of getting out aside from, like, Kazakh's E once they do go in.
All right, this Drake is starting in, I think, 20 seconds. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes. If SJU can pick this up, that is a decent amount of objective bounding goals for them because they'll probably end up getting some more kills as well.
Udyr has a really good flank right now. MF is caught out by herself. The only one around her is Amumu, and I'm not sure Amumu can save her. Okay, never mind. Now it looks like Udyr is by himself.
Udyr burns Ghost.
Yasuo caught out. He's isolated against the Kazakhs now where you want to be. Udyr has to ghost out. He does not get out. Sparkle Brownie is just too strong for him. And now that is 2 people dead, the Udyr and the Yasuo. Looks like SJU is just going to have to give this up.
And Vex still has ult, so if SJU do want to try something, it's kind of hard to, because all of Ferris still has ult. So, looks like they just have to give it. Ferris does not have soul point. Let's see if they even need soul to end the game.
All right, Ferris looks like Mumu's just going to be setting up some vision in their boss side jungle. There's no one on SJU's side who's going to be capable of contesting him. Kazakh's going after this Karma. He flashes after it, gets the kill. It's just Poppy, I can imagine. Oh, he is going to go
as
after
well,
the Poppy.
so.
Oh my gosh, he does so much damage. Jones ultimate and just walks away. Ferris attempts to save him. Doesn't help a lot. Ferris not exactly where you want to be, but he does get the kill. No one has a word to place over the wall. Kazakhs may have been able to queue over the wall, but they lost vision on him.
Yeah, I mean, Ferris is feeling really good right now. He's playing really well this game, I want to say. He did just get 600 gold, so if I'm Ferris, I'm actually fine with that trade.
Absolutely. Looks like Udyr is going in immunity to CC after getting hit by the Amumu Q. Doesn't do a whole lot. Looks like Rewa still wants a little bit of action. Attempt to use his Everfrost, doesn't hit anything with it. And we should be saying, okay, as I was about to bring up, Darius is pushing in the bot lane uncontested right now. Tower does go down.
Also, at this point in the game, Vex is doing a lot of auto attack damage to this tower. So anytime she hits the tower, feels good. Looks like Darius is getting caught out by the Yasuo and Poppy. Maybe
they send 3 people bot lane just to deal with the Darius. I'm not sure Darius is the major threat on Ferris' side right now.
That is another shutdown to Ferris as well. That's 650 gold. But Ferris does get the mid inhib.
He's a little caught out. He has to flash out. Rewa gets stunned up against the wall. He does have Zanya's up. Amumu stuns 2
Looks like
people.
Udyr is on MF
Rewa's
right now.
going in. He's going to go down, gives a shutdown over to Ferris, which is going to be absolutely massive. Kazakh's attempt to jump in, gets stopped by Poppy. Doesn't matter. Ferris still cleans up this fight nice and easy. And 2 people, looks like Kazakhs and MF are going to be left alive. 2 people who you do definitely want to see left alive can get this inhib, possibly see this bot tower and inhib as well. First person up is going to be Karma, followed shortly thereafter with Yasuo. I don't see any of them really stopping this, honestly.
I mean, honestly, when I saw Udyr on MF right there, I thought MF was dead. So I was surprised to see that Udyr died. Looks like Kazakhs is getting one of these inhib, or these Nexus turrets. It's pretty good. They're going to get this bot inhib as well. That is a lot of value from that one fight. It looks like Ferris is backing away now. Going to take these jungle camps, probably get some vision around.
Clear out SJU's boss side. Baron buff did run out, so it's going to be a couple of minutes. So we see that. I can imagine Ferris is just going to play this game out, wait until Baron is up, and then once Baron gets up, fight for that, and then, either, most optimally for them, win it, and then just either run it down, or if SJU is going to contest it, which honestly at this point they really don't have much of an option. They're down about 15k gold almost. Yeah, I mean, like, just fight them for it, and then if they ace them there, just end the game off of that.
It looks like the Darius Udyr level lead has changed now. Down Darius is 2 levels higher than Udyr. Does look like Darius might be getting caught out, but Amumu is here just in case.
We do see a 2v4 in the top lane right now. Vex is in the area. We could see her potentially ult in. Looks like she's not just going to attempt to apply some CC. Doesn't save the Darius. I mean, you're not losing a whole lot there if you're Ferris. You're just giving over 300 gold, really. But, a kill is a kill, and you do want to maintain this lead as much as possible if you are them.
All right, let's see if any other action happens. Kazakhs is sitting out here. Maybe he gets spotted by the Udyr. He does get out, though. Poppy is over here.
SJU's attempting collapse. Udyr's ghost after him. Rewa is there to save. Double fears them both, and it looks like they're both going to get out. Udyr, blows his ghost.
Looks like Yasuo might be getting picked out right here.
Yeah, does Jones land this Q? Oh,
Didn't seem like it.
Rewa, not Rewa. Lem is going for this right now. You can't jump out. He's grounded, and looks like that is going to be a dead Lem. That shutdown goes over to Karma, who was 0-7 beforehand. Oh, okay. Looks like Rewa is going after this Ferris. Ferris survives with just the nick of health.
Probably does get picked out by Cheese. Looks like Vex might be able to pick up this Karma. It does have to flash for it. I don't think it was worth it.
Right, you know, as we stated, you know, the Karma was 1-7, not super worth it. But it looks like Ferris could potentially be ending the game here. You know, Udyr, he's strong, but like, I don't know. Oh my god.
The Ferris damage is insane.
Absolutely.
Looks like Udyr does die here.
Right.
I do believe this is the end of the game.
Yeah, that is definitely going to be end of the game. Absolutely dominant performance by Ferris, 46-18. Ends the game 15K gold up in 28 minutes. Just absolutely spectacular performance.
I will say, though, if I'm Varus right there, I feel good about the way I played. I think he played wonderfully. He did everything that he needed to do. He was doing some insane damage later in the game. It was just kind of an unfortunate scenario.
All right, that was the AP verse. We didn't bring it up during the game, but I can imagine. I'm pretty sure that is why he was just doing so much. They didn't have any AP on the team, so he did what he had to do, which is a benefit of playing Varus. You know, you do have a really good AP and AD build.
All right. Yeah, so that was a fun game to watch. We were talking about it beforehand. We were saying that Lem just needed to get Vex ahead, and he did that. I mean, kind of, Cody did it by himself. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, a lot of jungle pressure, but a lot of times, you know, Cody was able to get himself ahead, and he played a really good game. Everyone really played a good game.
Right, definitely. You know, I'm definitely happy and proud to see this game one from Ferris. This is a best of one series, but we do have another best of one. You know, same thing we did last week. So. Spectacular performance by Ferris this game, and you know, hopefully they can carry this over into the next game we have.
Yeah, it's nice that they won this game because they didn't have the momentum. Looking at the gold charts right now, I don't know if people on the stream can see this, but I mean, the gold across Ferris was really crazy. I mean, it was a lot higher. Vex alone had 6K more gold than Yasuo at the end of it. I mean, Vex played well. I won't lie.
You know, 2 Triforces, which is one of the most expensive items in the game. So, that is, yeah. You know, just I'm at a loss for words right now. Just. You know, GG's from SJU though. You know, they really did play the heart out, and they did a really good job, especially the Udyr and the Varus. You know, they did some really good plays, and you know, hopefully we do get to play them again later in the semester, and you know, they get you know, more coordinated team comp and you know, more cohesive gameplay together. And next time, if we do play them again, we get to see, you know, a closer game on their side.
Well, and if I'm them right now, I'm thinking about, you know, what do we do next? I think they need to play around this bot lane. I mean, Varus played wonderfully. I think if they play around Varus, especially with their lane they had a poke lane, I think it would have worked out well. It was smart to play around mid as well because, you know, we know that Kha'Zix is going to be going there, so it's good to be able to counter gank. But I do think they should have applied a little bit more pressure in the bot lane, especially with the comp they had. And this Varus played really well. So.
Right, definitely. You know, after the Yasuo was, I believe he was like 1-3, 1-4. At that point, I'm not saying just abandon the Yasuo. Of course, you don't want to just leave your teammates out to dry. But at that point, you know, you might want to start putting resources into other lanes because, I mean, it's clear that, like, you know, Vex is just going to start taking over the game, and Yasuo, he's going to be playing catch-up for the rest of the game at that point.
All right, so we actually have one of the players on the line right now. We have Cheese, the MF from the last game. Cheese, how are you feeling after that win?
I feel pretty good. It's kind of exciting.
I mean, you played well. How do you feel about the Amumu MF combo?
They let it go through, man. Unfortunate for them. We've done it twice now. I think we had an Alistar the other, but I haven't played a whole lot with Jones with him as support a whole lot this season. So we've done it before. I feel comfortable playing it with him, and it felt good. I enjoy playing that. Great combo.
All right, definitely. We did see a lot of Amumu and MF ultimates come down. They did a ton of damage. We do see the synergy, and I can imagine we could be seeing more of that later in the season as this goes on. Do you have any other like combos or pocket picks that you guys have been practicing together?
I don't want to spoil it too much, but no, we haven't practiced anything together for the most part. But I like Senna, and Senna goes well with all his champs. I think I played Veigar with him before. Veigar Alistar is clean. I love that combo. Hopefully we get to pull that out a little bit right. But if they keep handing us the MF and Mumu, we'll keep taking it.
Right, definitely one of those things where if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So spectacular performance from this game, 9-1-12. What were your thoughts going in, during the early game? You definitely playing against a poke lane with a Varus Karma, and you had an all in lane. So what was your mentality during say the laning phase? Pre-6.
Pre-6, well, it was going well, especially early. I think we snagged a 1-for-1, but it kind of put my lane in a bad state. Like it was shoving, and I missed a bunch of XP when the Varus got a lot of XP. So at that point, we were thinking we should probably just chill till 6. We tried to make a little bit more happen, but nothing. I didn't really feel the magic till we hit 6, and we kind of played it that way.
All right.
Well, I think that was the right way to play it. I mean, the level 6 combo on Misfortune and Mumu is just ridiculous. So I think it was a smart way to play that, and I was pretty impressed with your gameplay today. Yeah, do you think you're gonna have any spicy picks for us? Oh, well, I'm disappointed to hear that, but
Hey, there aren't many ADCs who can engage the fight themselves. So hey, you get to be the playmaker for the team. You get to make your own highlight reels. There's nothing wrong with that.
all right. Well, do you have any more questions for Cheese?
I think about asking all of them. I need to ask them. Thank you for the interview, Cheese. Spectacular performance again. Send our regards to the team, and hopefully we get to see another repeat for that for your next game.
Pick Vlad ADC, please.
Vlad ADC.
Vlad ADC?
Vlad ADC, please.
All right, we'll do. It'll be there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so right now we're going to go to a break, waiting for the second game to start. Enjoy the commercials.
Thank you. Stay tuned.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. First day, first year, you're diving in, head first. Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Want to build something? Great. Learn to melt metal with fire. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Care for eyes? Do it all here. And here too, side by side with the pros. But you've got to go forward fast. Why? No time to explain. Okay, fine. We'll explain. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. See this guy? That's Woodbridge Ferris. He founded this place with purpose to help everyone move forward. Big Rapids? No, bigger. How about the whole state, the country, the world? Forward, not backwards, not sideways, forward. So get moving. Move your ideas, move others' minds too. This is your future, your opportunity. So take it and move all of us forward.
welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the long delay. Looks like we're getting the lobby set up now. Almost everyone is in on Ferris's side, and everyone on this next game is going to be University of Ottawa, their gold team.
All right. Gold does not mean that they are gold, though, because they are mostly plat and some diamond. We are loading into a Are we showing that clip or? No. Okay. So we're just loading into the draft. I'm pretty excited to see how this goes. I mean, last game, if Ferris can carry the momentum from last game, I think they're going in this with a good mental, and I think this will go well.
All right, definitely.
How'd they do the italics on the chat?
I don't know. That looks really cool.
How did they do that?
I don't know. Cheese thought he was like super cool posting the emojis and stuff, and now
That's
they're
just
just
a
one-upping
level.
him.
How do they do that? All right, I know you guys probably can't see this right now, but we're looking at the lobby chat, and someone just typed in italics, like their name and everything. I have no idea how to do that.
I will find out if it's the last thing I do. I'm not playing a single game until I figure out how to do that.
Yo, put that in the chat real quick there, Jono. We're about to get into the draft as well. How did
Cheese does it? He refuses to be one up.
I know you guys can't see this right now, but I don't know how it's done, but they're talking in italics. Oh, that's me. Look at that Vlad skin. All right, so
that champion you don't play.
All right, calm down there, man. It was a one-time thing. I mean, it was banned every other time. All right, we're getting into the draft now. Let's see what Ferris State does against Ottawa Gold. All right.
Looks like Ferris is going to be blue side yet again, and Ottawa's going to be on red side. We did get a sneak peek. I believe Ottawa did accidentally hint a little bit at their bans. We did see the Kazakhs MF. We'll see if they decide to stick with those bans.
I did tell Cheese in our interview, you might not have been able to hear it, but I did tell him to play Vlad ADC, so hopefully we won't get that. But, we can just dream, I guess. Maybe at least a hover.
Yeah,
it's the least he could do.
It's the least,
It's the least.
They never want to play with Vlad, but
it's sad.
Vlad ADC, it'd be a dream come true,
It would be. I mean, it'd be bad, but it would be a dream come true, and that's what we're looking for at Ferris. Ferris is a dream. Maybe it's yours if you want to come to Ferris and pursue your dream. Come on by. We have information on our website. You can also look up Ferris Esports. We also have a Twitter. We also have a Discord if you want to join that.
Remember, Ferris forward. All right.
All right, so, hopefully we're going to be starting this draft soon. We have it open, but it doesn't look like they are starting. All right, well, let's see if Cody can actually keep up his momentum, have another 21 KD game.
He had the 9 KD. It was Cheese who had the 21 KD last
Cheese had the 21. Oh, okay, that's my bad. Hopefully Cheese can have the 21 KDA. Yeah.
All right. Hey, it'd be nice to see, of course, as always, seeing anyone have a 21 KD in a competitive game is always just like a mind-blowing experience and, something that's like super crazy. But, hoping for a back-to-back, a bit optimistic. And I believe this team is, slightly higher ranked than the last one. They're averaging, I'd say, like mid-plat. And, we do have 2 gold players on our team. So I think their ranks are a bit higher. But, Thompson, Sparkle Brownies, our top laner, could be artificially inflating our average elo with his, ending season Grandmaster.
All right, I think I did see that said they were ready, so I think it should be starting soon. What do you think? If you're Ottawa Gold, who do you think you should be banning for each role?
I mean, you definitely do want to be obviously, without any contest who Ferris is. Kled is a perma ban.
Yeah.
You see a Grandmaster Kled one trick, you just got to get him off the board. You don't want to risk that at all. And then after that, you probably don't want to send too many bans top lane, at least in the first phase. So I'd probably expect to see either like some bans on what they expect to be Lem's like 2 to 3 chick champions, or some bans on like Cheese. Cheese also has a rather limited champion pool.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to see like the MF ban or the Amumu ban because that's what they've been playing mostly, and then we can see like Veigar, Vlad, ADC, something interesting.
Right.
I'm really
You
hoping
know,
for the Vlad AC.
speaking of the one-trick bans, obviously you don't want to get the cloud on the board, but Jones does definitely have a favorite support, and that is Amumu. If he's playing support, he's playing Amumu like 90% of the time, and a lot of times it's not worthwhile to spend your bans on the lowest rated player in the other team. But we saw this with unknown HD last year, where if your lowest rated player on the enemy team is a one-trick champion, you ban that, then their gameplay is a lot easier to go up against because the rest of their champ pool is a lot more manageable.
I will say Jones is a great player. If he gets his movement banned, he's still going to do well. But we are actually starting the bans. It looks like Ferris' first ban is Volibear.
Really solid.
I do believe
ban.
there is a Volibear one trick on Ottawa Gold. I think it's their jungler. Maybe not a one trick, but it did seem like he played a lot of Volibear.
Right, I think that sounds about right. We do see the Kazakhs ban come out. First one for this season. Lem's going to be on a different champion this time. Ferris responds with a Victor ban, and Ottawa with the MF ban. These bans are going really fast.
Looks like they won't be having the MF and Mumu once again, but maybe we'll see something different. Kled gets the last ban. I was kind of scared that it wasn't going to come through. Carthus ban does come out. Let's see what they get their first pick.
All right, I'm not sure if you heard Cheese during an interview. We asked him about some other synergies that you can see. One of the things he did bring up was the Senna. He's been enjoying that a lot, and he brought up how it goes really well with a lot of Jones' support picks. He also brought up how much he enjoys the Veigar and Alistar. So we do see the Senna locked in. That's going to be a Senna 80 carry. Can't wait to see who he responds with. Is going to be Ezreal. Personally, rather boring ADC, but he's always really solid. Rarely ever a time where he's truly not meta. So
I will say Ezreal late game is one of the most fun champs to play. I mean, you can really pop off. So Senna versus Ezreal. I mean, I'm pretty excited to see this late game. It does look like it's gonna be Ezreal Leona. I don't know really. I haven't played in a bit again, but I do feel like Leona was kind of lackluster last time I played. Maybe that's changed a bit.
I agree. I've tried to play her one game not so long ago. It was pretty uncomfortable. Leona she does Leona things as always, but I mean, right now she just doesn't. She just kind of feels personally like a worst version of Alistar.
Does look like the Vex is hovered right now by Ferris, and they do pick up the Vex, so it's another game of Vex. Looks like a Mumu is going to be picked. He wasn't banned out, so now Jones can get his comfort pick maybe, unless he doesn't lock it in.
I mean, Jones, okay, we do see the Amumu locked in. Obviously, Jones, that is, one of his favorite supports. Not sure that the Amumu goes all too well with Senna. Senna really doesn't want to do anything in the early game. And
oh my goodness.
It may not be Ferris's turn, but
oh my goodness.
Are we going to see
the
if the Vlad is locked in?
All right, I will be critiquing this guy, okay? I am a Vlad one trick. I am looking forward to see this. It's a shame I can't see Cheese play it or even hover it, but at least it's in the game. So I'm looking forward to this game already. I am pumped. I am ready to see this. Looks like an Udyr ban was played out. Shyvana ban, Darius ban. Pretty standard stuff. I'm glad we're not seeing the Udyr again because that was unkillable and ridiculous.
Right. That was, it was rather frustrating to watch him just go into 4 people and still, get out or almost be able to get out and just, have Ferris just barely able to just, kill him by the skin of their teeth.
I will say if I'm Audible right now, I can't be putting Vlad mid because Vlad is the most useless mid laner in a team setting. So we'll probably see Vlad top. At least I hope it's that. I prefer watching Vlad mid, but Vlad top makes a lot more sense. Looks like Diana was the last ban. Trundle being picked up for Ottawa.
Trundle also a flex, jungle top, so that still could be a Vlad top and say a Trundle jungle, but that could also be Trundle like top or in Vlad mid. They obviously they don't interact with our team. We don't really know these guys, but hint hint, Thompson is not a very big fan of going up against ranged top laners. If that were a Vladimir top, he would not be a very happy camper.
I will say, as a Vlad player myself, Vlad top is so ridiculously annoying to play, especially when you don't know who you're playing against. It's a very counterpick kind of thing. Vlad top, not very fun. So, H-Hawk's going against Vlad. Honestly, I don't think it's a bad matchup if it is top for either side. Let's see what their last pick is on Ferris' side.
It is going to be a jungle pick for Ferris. Kazakhstan Shyvana's banned out. We could see the Lee Sin. We could not. They're hovering the Zac right now. This could be, yet another very engage-heavy comp. Or
the Jin Zhao.
Okay. The Jin Zhao. All right. Still going in with their, all-in engage comp. Ferris is a very, one-direction team. They go in. They do not go out.
All right, I'm actually looking in the Ferris side. Their team comp looks really good. I'm really excited to watch this. You know, it's all very put together well. You know, everyone's playing for the same idea, and I like that. Ottawa's side, it's not bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad so far.
Right.
It does look like it's gonna be Vlad mid. So honestly, I would rather Ottawa have picked like Victor or Vagar or something like that. Vlad doesn't have any CC except for his very small slow and his E. So disappointed, but at least we get to see Vlad.
Right, you bring up the CC, and Ottawa is really lacking on it. Obviously, Leona has 3 forms of CC in her Q, E, and R. And then aside from that, I mean, Trundle Pillar is quote-unquote CC. And then Mordekaiser E is, unreliable at best. So Ottawa Gold is really lacking the CC. They really need to, get a lead and just, get a ton of damage. Otherwise, Ferris can really just hold them in place. Senna with her AoE stun, Amumu with his very large AoE stun, Vex AoE Fear, Aatrox AoE knockups, and then Zinzao can just blow everybody back, and you can choose one person to knock up. So team fights, I would say that on equal footing, it definitely is Ferris' favor. Not to mention, Senna R can give everyone on Ferris' team a shield while theoretically damaging everyone in Ottawa's team. But that's optimistic at best.
I will say also the Vlad versus Vex matchup. It's annoying as Vlad, but I mean you can just sustain. And if their jungler is playing well with the Vlad, keep the Raptors up. Vlad can heal off that. I know I'm talking about Vlad a lot, but my most knowledgeable champ. So
I understand. That was me with Jin a lot.
yeah. So I mean, honestly, if I'm Vlad here, I'm not feeling great playing Vlad. I'm not gonna lie. I avoided playing Vlad as well, and you know that, and you were disappointed by that. But yeah. It's an interesting pick. You also have Mordekaiser as well on AP, so you're not even sole AP, and I don't know. I am looking forward to seeing this game though.
I do want to say that University of Ottawa's damage is also going to be rather inconsistent because they do have conditions in which they increase their damage. Leona passive increases damage, Vladimir R increases damage, and then I believe Mordekaiser temporarily steals a
he does, yeah, I think
damage when you're in his ult, and then when he comes out he also gets damage boost. But it really does kind of feel like you're playing 2 different champions in the game, where if one core component of the team is missing, then you're gonna be wondering why do I feel like I'm doing so much less damage this fight than I was last fight? Well, I mean, Vlad didn't get his ult off on all the critical targets. That could be one reason why, or something along those lines.
Yeah. So I mean, this will be an interesting game to see how it goes. Honestly, I think a lot of mid lane will affect how this game goes, and probably jungle. I think last game, mid jungle is gonna be really important. Because if Vex gets ahead, it's really easy to snowball. It's Vex. With Vlad, it's not, it's not the worst thing, it's not the hardest thing in the world.
No disrespect to, Vex players or anything, but I do think, getting a lead and keeping a lead with Vlad is a bit more difficult of a thing to do. And, you do have more of a job once you get a lead with Vlad. Obviously you can't hold him in place. He has no forms of CC. He's immobile. He has no dashes or anything. So, I mean, he's going to be fighting a rather uphill battle with how, mobile and how much CC Ferris has.
I also think that if anyone on Ottawa gets, picked out, they're just dead. I mean, Ferris's draft is just so, quick to just jump on NECC and just absolutely dominate.
Right. Ezreal is the only one on Ottawa, University of Ottawa site that has any form of real mobility. But, this isn't to say that, what's his name? That Ottawa has no real way of dealing with them. For instance, say that Vex becoming too much of a problem. Well, I mean, Mordekaiser, regardless of whether or not he can kill the Vex, he can just alter and just take her out of the fight temporarily.
Right now we are going to watch last week's play of the week by Jonesy. Take a look.
Doesn't matter. MF was already low enough as it is, and Jones, you can only be so tanky. Alistar's just bound to fall. Tristana dives under tower. She gets comboed. Jones, the playmaking, he pushes her out. The triple kill from Alistar. The highlight play. What was that?
Oh my god, that was so beautiful.
Everything, but doesn't matter.
I mean, that was the most beautiful play by Jonesy. The fact that they were 3 people diving him and he was able to live that, get 3 kills, that is just crazy. He played well last week. He played well today. Let's see how he plays in this next game as a Mumu. I'm really loving seeing his team playing skills, his playmaking skills, everything. I mean, he was just all across the map. It's a good week. It's a good year for him.
Right, definitely. He is a very, very proactive support. He is in a lot of places on the map. He's right where you need him to be, and he is definitely like headstrong. Goes in, tries to get a kill, or if he can't get a kill, tries to set up his teammates for a kill. So it's always interesting to watch him play. He doesn't always make it out alive, but sometimes he does, and he gets 3 kills for it. And it's always just so interesting to watch him play.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a support, you don't need a perfect KDA. He's getting the plays done. He's setting up everyone else. If he dies, 5 kills right there. He got 3 kills. He didn't even die.
Right.
Jonesy popping off. He popped off last game. He's gonna pop off this one right here too.
Obviously, SJU does have means of actually dealing with him though. The same, Vladimir with his pool, Liana with her really reliable 4 CC. Ezreal can just get so far away. It's
Okay, so sorry, we're just reading something real quick, but yeah. So I'm looking forward to this game. Like I keep saying. What lane do you think will be the most fun to watch?
I'm really interested to see this top lane. Honestly, every time I see Aatrox versus Mordekaiser, it's always a trip. I never know what to expect. Like personally, I always feel like Mordekaiser has an advantage in this lane, but you see a really good Aatrox, he just does stuff that you just really can't predict. And Sparkle does play a lot of Aatrox. Ever since he's been playing the Kled a lot less since it gets banned pretty much every competitive game. He's been forced to play other champions. Aatrox is one of them. And I've seen him play against Mordekaiser. He does really well. So that's going to be my lane to watch.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's kind of obvious which lane I want to watch the most. But I do think top lane is going to be fun to watch. But I want to see this Vlad play. And I got to get back in the zone of the game. Looking forward to it. I think this bot lane will also be pretty fun to watch.
Right, definitely. Ferris has this, dichotomy where Amumu wants to go in, but Senna wants to just kind of wait back. And, University of Ottawa also kind of has the same mentality where Leona wants to go in, and Ezreal not necessarily wanting to wait and not do anything during the lane phase, but definitely wanting, Q spam until they're in range where he could just, set up and then, follow up with a proper all-in.
Yeah, I think bot lane will definitely come down to skill more than the champ matchup and whatnot. Let's see if there's any fancy runes. It does look like Vlad with the phase rush. I don't really seem to play that anymore. I'm not going to lie. I do kind of prefer the Predator. I don't really know how much has changed recently.
We see the Dark Harvest on the Senna. I personally haven't seen that. I'm not sure how popular that is.
That'll be interesting.
So this could be an ultra-aggressive Senna. I mean, that'll be cool. We see Ferris with yet another top lane invade. This is going to be, 4 for 4 this season on their invades on the top side of the map. See if this one works out. Mordekaiser is going to be a bit late, but, as opposed to the last game, this top laner does have flash. So if he does get caught out, could potentially get out of there. They're not going to 5-point, so they're actually not going to run into Ferris here. Or are they? Mordekaiser is going to arrive in the bush late. He doesn't see them. He walks in, he's going to be caught out. And Aatrox gets the first blood this go around.
He also has time to back, so he gets to spend that free gold.
Ferris going to continue pushing the advance. Senna's not winning them. They spot out the Trundle. They're not going to go in on him.
They do get the ward, though, so that early information, it helps Lem to see if he can invade or whatnot. Jonesy on this Mumu, he's making plays every game level 1. It's really nice to see. And let's see how they can keep this momentum going. Last game, Vex got the first blood, able to carry the game. Now it's Aatrox's turn.
I do believe there's another item scoreboard, but yeah, okay, I was about to say because unless 3 people on University of Ottawa don't have an item for whatever reason, yeah, that was a bit. But yeah, we do see Aatrox recall get a longsword back with his gold. He could have also picked up a pot, but I can imagine he's just saving the extra 50 gold for a rainy day. It's never gonna hurt, hopefully.
If I'm Vlad right here, I actually would have preferred to pick Dark Seal. He did buy it originally and he sold it for Doran's Shield, but doesn't make that much of a difference. But Just a little thing I wanted to point out.
You know, he could possibly just unconfident in this lane. You know, he's more so worried about just make sure he gets through this lane alive. That way he, you know, gets his level 13 power spike and he just becomes a menace to Ferris.
All right, so there's some pretty standard trading going on. Looks like both junglers are clearing towards bot side. Maybe we'll see some action down there. It looks like a Mordekaiser is trading with Aatrox.
Did come out slightly on the losing side of that trade.
Yeah.
Rather surprising. We do see, I want to bring up, both top laners have Ignite this game, so they are both looking for a lot of action. And Johnson going in, this could be all in. He flashes, and he's going to go down. That is a dead Mordekaiser.
That was really well played by Aatrox right there. You know, he already had the first blood. Mordekaiser didn't respect that, and now Aatrox has more gold.
Honestly,
more gold.
if he didn't have that longsword, Mordekaiser honestly could have won that trade.
I think it would have been. Yeah, there is a
Leona
trade
goes into the entire wave. Trundle arrives first. Xin Zhao is not here. Cheese has to flash. He's ignited. Trundle pillars. He's stopped. Ezreal lances Q. He cannot get out of there alive. Trundle gets the kill on the Senna. I mean,
a lot of poor trading on this Vlad's part. I think he's playing a little too aggressive right now. He is also getting pushed in. It's like
Xin Zhao looking for a dive. He does not see the Xin Zhao. A lot of wave. If Vladimir dies here, this could be catastrophic. He has no HP. Uses his pool.
Gone.
This is going to be a dead Vlad. Misses so many minions. This is devastating. Not to mention he's almost certainly going to have to teleport back to the lane. Just so sad to see.
Yeah, I think Vlad missed Cannon XP and like 3 other minions. He's feeling pretty bad right now.
Right,
he does have the
like
Dark
University
Shield
of
now.
Ottawa is looking to retaliate. Trundle and Leona are in the bot side river. Rewa is respecting. He has no mana. He looks like, yeah, he's going to reset. Likely TP back lane himself. He didn't pick up the kill that went over to the Xin Zhao, but that's not a bad thing. Xin Zhao is an early game champion. You do want to focus as much guard as him as you can onto him early on before, you know, he falls off and he becomes effectively just a knockout bot. You see a little bit of trading top side. Looks about even, but Mordekaiser does have, you know, slightly more sustain.
All right, so I mean, like we were talking about before, this top lane is really fun to watch. There's a lot going on. Everywhere else is kind of just standard stuff. Trundle is bot. I don't think Tribrush is warded, so I don't know if blue side sees him right now.
He probably don't. Looks like he's going to be invading. I'm not sure he wins a 1v1 against a Xin Zhao, you know, level 3 to level 3. He does put, he looks like he just put a ward on the Krugs, and then he's going to recall that way when Zen inevitably does go to clear them. University of Ottawa will have that information in their back pocket and they can play accordingly. Doesn't matter, their ball lane is going to be resetting anyway. And he's passing towards the mid lane, potentially looking for another gank on his Vladimir.
I will say this Vex, Rewa is playing really well with his trading patterns on Vlad. I mean, he's just not allowing Vlad to CS at all, taking advantage of the different range and whatnot, and the auto attacks, playing this matchup really well.
Right, you know, Lem is in position for yet another dive, but it looks like Rewa's not going to be able to shove this lane quick enough for that to be a viable option.
It does look like Vlad has a ward up, and if I was Vlad right here, I actually ward the Raptors, and you can heal off the jungle Raptors, but...
Oh, Vlad is feared. He goes in yet again. He has 1 HP.
Regardless.
All right, this time kill goes over to Rewa, and Vladimir's going to be missing even more minions, and Rewa gets turret plating gold. This is just a very sad game for Vladimir, off to a bad start. Same thing for Mordekaiser, but I do want to mention they both do have Dark Seals, so they're going to be optimistic. And it should also be noted that Vlad decides to pick up the Dark Seal afterwards because he started with a Doran's shield.
He did buy that after his first death, and I do think Dark Seal is the best way to come back from a deficit. So while optimistic, you know, he only died once when he bought Dark Seal, but it does give you options for coming back. You know, if he gets some kills, you can start snowballing. Looks like a bit of trading happening in top lane.
Right, definitely. You know, the mindset for when you buy a Dark Seal behind is, you know, you already don't have any stacks. You're not going to be losing a whole lot. It's only 350 gold. It's pretty much only a benefit, and you know, it's not an infinitely scaling benefit, but you know, a large scaling benefit that can potentially turn into a Magi's if you're doing well enough. So you don't lose a ton for that. And we do see some trading going. It looks like they both pop their ultimates, and Sparkle Brownies comes out on top. They both blow their ignites as well.
I will say right now, if I'm Mordekaiser, I'm not going up to the Aatrox. Aatrox has a Hex Drinker, and for those who, you know, don't know much about League, basically if you're Mordekaiser, you're an AP damaging champ, you don't want to deal with a Hex Drinker. It's a shame. Trundle is invading Lem right now, taking his topside camps. Vex is ulting into the Vlad.
Lots of damage, but not enough. Almost pushes him off. Vladimir still has flash if it does come to that. Vladimir, you know, definitely playing a lot more precaution now. He's recalling at his tier 2 tower. This could be a free dragon if Ferris decides to go for it. Looks like Lem is going to start it up, and he's going to have the Amumu backing him up. And Trundle is in range. He's pinging. He wants to go in. Mordekaiser's looking for something. He's getting beat up pretty badly, though.
There is no ult on the side of on Aatrox right now, but he does have flash, so he should be
This is
fine.
definitely a blown flash. He blows it early, and Trundle gives it up. He is only level 5 right now, so it's not like he can ult him and, you know, take some of his durability or anything. So blowing flash, definitely a good trade, especially since neither of you blew your own flashes.
All right, we're just back to seeing the bunch of pressure happening in mid. We do get the dragon on Ferris State's side. Pretty uncontested, except for
Senna's going in, lands the W on the Ezreal. He is away. Leona's caught out. She has no flash. She does have Ignite. It's not going to matter, though. Will they give it over to the Senna? Senna gets the kill. Senna is now in the game. Only 6 CS down on his Ezreal, but now she's up a kill on him, which is really good for her. It's not just what you want to see. If I'm Senna, I'm definitely pinging, you know, asking the Zen to help me push this away so I can hurry up and recall.
doesn't look like they were trying to do that, but Trundle is still topside. We do have Ferris does have a ward in the tri-brush, so they do know he's there. Should be giving some respect to him.
All right, looks like the Trundle spotting out, going to be spotted out, and Sparkle is going to be contesting this. He does have ultimate up, but he doesn't have either of his summoners. All right, it looks like he just loses the control ward and just, you know, calls a day at that. You know, I'm winning lane hard enough. This, you know, Mordekaiser actually wants to fight me. I mean, you know, he can do it, he can die. But Mordekaiser did decide to pick up first item Ninja Tabbies, which, I mean, not a bad start. Personally, I would get the Bramble Vest, but Tabbies, you know, second best option in my opinion.
Yeah, I do think the Bramble Vest would have been better. Yeah.
All right, looks like Zinzao is trying to sneak this Riptide, and Trundle is in the top side of jungle. He's busy getting his Raptors, though, so they have no idea this is happening right now. And Zinzao is also level 5, so Trundle's level 6. If Trundle were to go there, Trundle would win, but he doesn't see that. Rewall does still have flash. Looks like he's going to blow it. Vladimir does get his ult off first. And could that be a dead Rewall? It is. Vladimir gets a kill. That is 2 stacks on his Dark Seal. Vladimir could potentially be back in the game. But looks like Jones there. He is not 6 just yet, but it doesn't matter. He gets the kill on the Trundle.
That damage was a lot. Looks like Vlad is trying to get his Q off, but he gets a little too
He gets
greedy.
ulted. And, oh, will he go
he does
down?
have flash. He does burn flash. He gets 2 flashes.
2 flashes for
This is
that,
a kill.
and a kill.
I mean, oh, but the kill happened before Vlad died, so he actually lost all of his Dark Steel stacks.
Oh, no, that is devastating. Leona Blast Plant MLG. Definitely what you want to do there. We'll say that, yeah.
More flash happens. I want to review, though, the Vlad, he got the kill on the Jinzao and then died. So he lost all of his Dark Steel stacks. He didn't really get that much out of it. He does have a Blasting Wand, though. Yeah, if I'm Vlad there, I don't walk up after getting the kill, but I'm not. So,
I mean, you know, credit where credit is due. He does have the most kills on his team now. You know, Cheese missed the cannon minion. That's AFK right there, you know.
all right, yeah, this game is lost for Ferris. They're not winning it.
FS 15.
Yeah. Just AFK.
You are still applying a ton of pressure to this Vladimir. Wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some roaming on his part now.
It did look like the Herald. Oh, it was non-dropped mid. Rewa has just gotten a lot of plates mid.
Right, you know, we do see 3 in the bot side river on Ferris. Could be a 3v3 action.
Ignites come out from top and from both tops. Looks
Could
like
see a
Mort is
little
really low.
dive up here. Sparkle's ulti. He wants the action, and he kills him. Mordekaiser missing 30 minions
Bit
now.
of action in the bot lane. Lem Shine.
Lem is going in. He's exhausted. He can't. Looks like he might not be able to get this kill. 1 Q is going to put him down. He's in the dirt. Rewall, he has no flash this time. He's caught out. Vladimir ultis. He goes in. Cheese, can he save him? It looks like he might not be able to do so. Oh, the Vladimir ultimate doesn't kill him. Rewall gets out alive. Cheese is doing as much as he can, but, you know, he's building towards an eclipse. You know, not a finished item, not a whole lot of damage just yet.
I'm pretty sure Cheetah's exhaust right there actually limited Vlad's later damage, allowing for Vex to live right there.
That is incredible foresight, you know, allowing Vex to keep her stacks on her Dark Seal, which is actually what you want. Cheese stopped the Ezreal's recall, which is devastating. He's sitting on a lot of gold right now.
I will say that was a really good Vlad roam right there, almost getting some more dark shield, or getting some dark shield stacks. I will say Chiefs played that really well. That exhaust was so perfect.
Right, absolutely. You know, just because it didn't work out for Vlad does mean it wasn't, you know, a good theory. You know, if you're in his shoes, you probably would do it again, you know, just because. But we do see 3 on the top side going after this Mordekaiser. He might be caught out. More does have R. Wouldn't be surprised if he decides to ult his Mumu. It looks like he's not getting the opportunity to give another kill. Sparkles is now 5-0, 12 minutes in the game.
Okay, and here we see it again. Jonesy is everywhere on the map. Every single game, he's roaming, and he's creating pressure everywhere. Looks like there might be a dive happening in the bot lane.
Leona is 6.
She does miss.
Oh, Ezreal, 1 HP. He goes down. Cheese takes the flash, too. Is this going to be a 2-0? Cheese is not having it. He doesn't need a Mumu. He is his own champion.
It looks like Ezreal didn't think he was tanking tower. It does look like Vlad was ganked by,
right.
I mean, everyone.
Oh, my gosh. Just devastating plays across the map for University of Ottawa. Just, man, everyone dying under tower. You know, Vladimir dying under his own tower.
Trundle might even get caught out right here because Trundle's in Tribrush right now.
Right, he's looking for the Senna, but Senna's full HP, and, you know, Ferris decides to send the Hitman after him, but they don't know where he's at, so he's just going to be able to recall. Ezreal, Dragon Steel? Almost. Good attempt.
Like we said before, Jonesy is just everywhere. He's just getting stuff done. Support supremacy right now. I feel bad for Leona. Kind of locked in lane. Can't really do much right now. Getting pushed in over and over.
Right. You know, if you are Leona, you really do want to roam. But like, where are you gonna roam? You're gonna roam to the 5-0. You know, Aatrox with a completed Molotov Mortis. Like, I mean, that's not gonna work out well. You're gonna, you know, roam to your Vladimir. I mean, that might work. But you know, that's optimistic at best. So I mean, Leona's options are rather limited as opposed to Jones, where he can really just do whatever he wants. He can follow anyone on his team, and it'll probably work out.
And if we're looking at University of Ottawa's, champs, their primary damage dealers are going to be Mordekaiser and Vladimir and Ezreal. All right, 2 out of 3 of those are AP. Aatrox, the 5-0 Aatrox, has already built Maw and Merc Treads. I mean, he's just going to be unkillable.
We do see the Trundle attempting to do something. He's AD damage.
And Ignite and Flash, all the sums up.
And looks like that's not going to be enough. Mordekaiser has to ulti him to save him, but it looks like Thompson could potentially still win this. The Maw does get procced. Vladimir is there to help. They send 3 people after him. They still don't kill him. And in response, Ferris decides to show them how it's done. The tower dives them, only loses Jones for that. I mean, that's still worth for them at the end of the day. Just overall dominant performance by Ferris.
And right there with Aatrox's fight against the 3, Trundle lived on like 1 HP. The Ignite, one more tick would have killed him. So I mean that was close.
All right, that was just we're incredibly close. You know, they sent 3 people after Aatrox, and what did they get? They got a lost tower. They really didn't benefit anything from that. So I mean, this is like really rough to watch. It looks like they're going to go for, you know, attempt number 2 on sending 3 people there. They tried to send the Ezreal ulti, missed by a hair, but this time, you know, he has no flash, he has no R. This one could be a better outcome, and Vladimir gets the shutdown gold, 550 extra gold in his pocket.
And then plus the 300 kill gold. I mean, he just got a lot of money. And, you know, as Vlad, you're scaling with gold. So, I mean, that is the worst way you want to put it. He just finished his Proto Belt as well. He's a bit stronger now.
You know, not as far behind as you want to be. One thing I do want to mention, it has been 15.5 minutes. This Ezreal has not put down a single ward. That is a fundamental no-no, not something you should be looking to do.
All right, well, it's not the ADC's job to ward, it's the supports.
Obviously, my bad.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
All right, Leona is going to be caught out. She attempts the ultimate.
Yeah, Vlad hits 2 people. Doesn't seem like it's going to be doing much. Looks like Jin Zhao might be getting the Mordekaiser right here.
Ward caught out. Vex lands the ultimate, and
goes
down Senna R. Bit unnecessary, if I do say so myself, but better safe than sorry, I guess. You know, like realistically, you know, I don't want to be toxic or anything, but University of Ottawa was having a hard time, you know, putting Ferris in a near-death state as it is. I mean, not like Senna really lost much during that.
Well, there's 3 wards in the same spot. Ferris's vision. You know, I mean, those are some pretty good wards, I won't lie.
Right, you know, bit of BM on their side. We do see Jones, you know, flashing, you know, spamming his mastery points right now.
You know, we're 16 minutes in the game, the 7K gold deficit. right now.
Yeah, it's definitely really, really rough to watch if you're a University of Ottawa supporter right now.
I will say, Ferris recently has been doing a great job of getting momentum and keeping it up.
All right, definitely. You know, they are in a, get a lead and don't lose it mentality. You know, Ferris historically a, game one team. And, since we're in a bunch of, best of one series, I mean, Ferris is just looking, utterly unstoppable right now.
I will say both University of Ottawa and SJU have done a great job of, like, staying, in a winnable range.
He's caught out, gets caught by the Leona ultimate, and he goes down. Shutdown goes into Ezreal's pocket. Bit of a misplay on Jesus' part. He wasn't with any of his teammates, and he was just caught out all in University of Ottawa's face. And looks like Sparkle Brown is going to be caught out as well. Ezreal just got a large influx of gold in his pocket. Not exactly who you want, not exactly what you want to be seeing right now.
Like I was saying before, like both these teams, SJU and University of Ottawa, they're doing a great job of being able to like staying relatively in the game. They're being proactive. They're trying for plays.
Right.
Vex right now just kills Leona. She's going to go in for the Ezreal.
Not exactly the
like
worst thing in the world, but she doesn't have her fear. She does use it. So seeing that south, she doesn't have the AoE CC. Also not exactly the most optimal play for her right now. So.
All right, Drake is also up in like 10 seconds.
Senna is already back and ready for the next fight, but everybody but Trundle has their fight for this all. Leona is not here, and that is the University of Ottawa's only reliable form of CC. But board with a 3-man E. Doesn't matter. Mumu gets an AoE ult. Vladimir just goes in. Crazy damage. University of Ottawa turns the fight around. That was amazingly played on their part. Cheese is doing his best. He has no vision. He can't get. He has to flash the wall to get the Mordekaiser. All right, looks like Ferris turned around the turnaround. Can they steal the dragon? Rewa with the dragon steal.
The dragon.
We're used to seeing Lem get the dragon steal, but this time it's Rewa's turn. Oh, doesn't get the stun off. Oh, Cheese doesn't get the ultimate off to save Rewa in time, but it doesn't matter. Looks like they're still going to go down. They only realistically lose Rewa in that fight. Cheese is absolutely huge now.
I will say, in that fight, that first part of the fight, Mord and Vlad played that really well.
They played it amazingly, honestly.
And then it was turned around, I mean, that fight was just fun to watch. Both teams, I think, played it as well as they could have. But yeah, at the first part of that fight, Mord and Vlad, they played that really well. They set up their team pretty well with that.
Right. This goes into what I was saying during the pregame lobby where, their damage can, feel inconsistent. Start of a fight, they're just doing so much damage, but everyone in a near-death state. But, after that initial burst, I mean, Ferris can just sustain up. Aatrox can sustain. Zinzao can sustain. Senna decides to go with the Eclipse, which has lifesteal in it, so they can just heal up through the fight. And the only grievous wounds that University of Ottawa has is Bramble Vest on Trundle, which I mean isn't going to be doing a whole lot right now.
Does look like Ferris is posturing around topside. If you're looking for a pick, Leona getting picked out. Vexel hitting.
Out. And that is a dead Leona. Their best form of engage is now out of the picture. This could be a free Baron.
Yeah, like we were talking about during drafts, University of Ottawa doesn't have that much CC. Their primary CC is their support Leona, and who is now dead. This is just a free Baron for Ferris Day.
Right. They also, as we were also mentioning, they also have, no mobility, only Ezreal, so only Ezreal can really get in the pit, and Amumu is just zoning off the entire back half of the pit. So they have no real way of getting in. Amumu will absolutely die just to make sure that, Trundle can't, flash the wall or anything.
If I'm University of Ottawa, well, now it's not really an option. They had sent Vlad to the bot lane to try and get the tower. Doesn't get it. They do get the Vex TP out, which is something.
Definitely. But, now Vex is going to be pushing bot lane with the Baron minions. She's already 5-2 and 12. She's already absolutely huge. 2 completed items. Vladimir isn't realistically going to be stopping her unless he just does some absolutely insane outplay, which, you really shouldn't be, counting on.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Vlad right now, you have a bit. You have a bit until you're able to do much. Yeah.
I mean, if you're, the entire University of Ottawa, you're running on limited options. You kind of just have to hope to be able to get into late game where Zinzao's falling off, Amumu's just an alt bot, and then Senna is an amazing late game champion, but doesn't have the same combo potential that the MF and Amumu had in totality. But, you know, Vladimir gets caught out by the Mumu and Xin Zhao, and, you know, he's going to be dead. We do see a lot of people topside. Is 4 versus 1 on Aatrox. Aatrox, unironically, might, you know, decide to fight that. Not saying he wins, but, you know, he could definitely come out with a kill or two.
I mean, he's 3 levels higher than their highest
Rewa is
level.
going in, catches out the Ezreal. He's dead. This is pretty much
The
a
Sentinel
one
comes
fight
in
for
to shield the
Ferris.
Aatrox. Looks like more did ult the Vex. Vex looks like she's about to die.
She dodges the Q. Doesn't matter. Not enough.
Aatrox and Mumu do clean this up, though. Maybe they can get the kill on the Mordekaiser.
Mord half HP. Not going to be enough to save him, though. Trundle runs away from the fight. Ferris just been shoving down this wave mid lane uncontested. That's going to be a free inhib on their part.
Looks like Trundle does come towards the fight. Vladimir and Trundle might be able to pick up some kills right here. Vlad does get exhausted.
She's
Trundle,
amazing kiting. He gets to live through that. Vladimir did not have ult for that fight, so neither did Trundle. Looks like
Mordekaiser might get caught out right here as well.
He's, you know, he's sandwiched in between the 3 of them. Xin Zhao goes in. Mumu tries to give the kill over to them. Cheese picks up yet another kill. I'm not sure he's worth any gold right now, though.
I do want to say 2 things. First thing, Cheese had some amazing kiting right there, staying alive throughout that entire encounter. That was beautiful. Second thing, Jonesy, when Mordekaiser was walking away, was holding his Q. That way, Mordekaiser couldn't really escape. You can't, you know, if he does have flash, he didn't. But if he did have flash, he can't flash because Mumu just Qs. I mean, Jonesy right there played that really well, holding his Qs, holding his CC. Beautiful all around.
All right, definitely, you know, definitely a knowledge gap kind of game. Ferris's soul is going to be up in approximately 30 seconds. Once they get this, and, you know, Ferris starts popping ults, especially on the Aatrox. He's just going to be flying past everyone. Same with the Vex. You know, she pops her R. She's just going to be running around, fearing everyone. I mean, this soul comes out. They're not even going to be getting sold. They're just kind of just baiting and setting up for it, hoping they could catch out a couple of University of Ottawa's members. Looks like they're going to be taking a more aggressive route. Doesn't matter. Xin Zhao's going in 1v9, but he has Ferris right behind him. Leona blows her R, gets 2 people in. She's going in. She's not going to be able to do anything. She goes down.
Vlad does kill the Jin Zhao, so... But, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Aatrox, everyone else on Ferris is just
huge. I mean, is Soul even important? They might be able to just end the game right now. Well,
I mean,
they don't have Baron, so maybe they
I
can.
think they can still end right here. Ferris State just annihilated the entire University of Ottawa team except for Mordekaiser.
4 for 1 right there. I mean, honestly, if Mordekaiser comes here, they're going to dive him. I don't see any scenario in which they don't. If Mordekaiser flashes in, very, very optimistic.
If he just R's, you know, you just focus on the towers.
Right,
and
he goes in after Vex. Vex has so much CC. She, you know, you can't. She's not going to be dying to him twice. And he's dead. Leona's here. She doesn't have R for about 20 seconds. She's not going to be saving this game for University of Ottawa. And this is pretty much GG right here. Yeah, and Ferris is going to end the game. Absolutely dominant performance. Sub 25 minutes, 35 to 16. Up about 13K gold. That was just utterly near perfect game from Ferris' side right there.
Yeah, I think both teams had, you know, their moments where they played really well. I think Ferris State, like the game before, they carried the momentum and they just absolutely dominated it. You know, that early kill kind of sets the mental edge, and then they just take that advantage and they just run with it.
Yeah, Ferris, they got an early lead and they just absolutely took it over. You know, we look at Ferris's. They've also, if you look at the score lines, Ferris has also been playing as a team. 63 assists in total, which is like near unheard of in a 25-minute game. That is absolutely crazy. Shows that everybody was sticking together as a unit, and a lot of these fights, you know, were a cohesive, like, team coordinated play. I'm not even sure what I want to say right now. Just, yeah, very, very well played on Ferris's part.
Yeah, I do want to highlight again Jonesy's ability to just go, you know, traverse the map and just be everywhere has just made it so much easier to play. We do have an interview with Coach Mans. All right, we have some questions we're gonna ask him, and yeah. So
hopefully you guys get to hear this one. Yeah. All right.
Okay, well he's not here yet. We have a bit. You know, is there anything you want to say about this game that we just watched?
I mean, you know, this was definitely a much more interesting game. You know, this time all 3 lanes were very active, and we got to see a lot of things, a lot of roaming from pretty much every laner in this game, which definitely made an interesting watch to see. And it looks like we do have Coach Menz in here now. Right.
It says cheese. I love this. I can be cheese for a day. How's it going, guys? I hope you guys had fun. I hope everyone enjoyed the games today.
Oh, these were absolutely enjoyable games. This was very well played. What do you think was the main determining factor in Ferris's overall win in these two games tonight?
So both Reiwa and Jones played exceptionally well. I'm a huge fan of having Jones support. He role swapped from jungle to top to support now for his senior year, and he just really doesn't want to play support. That's why he's constantly roaming everywhere. So I'm actually like really happy that we have that kind of like presence on the map with a roaming support like that.
Yeah, I think he did play really well. Did you expect to have such a start to this Ferris league year so far? I mean, you guys have been dominating like every single game.
I appreciate you guys saying that, but absolutely not. No, we actually had one practice like series before the tournament, and a lot of our players have played together before. So we have both Cheese, Reiwa, Thompson all played last year. Lem played on the B team with me, so like that was really good as far as like just learning how I want to play the game. And then Jones has been like on and off the A team throughout his entire time he's been on Ferris, so he also knows. So I'm really happy that everyone is experienced, and I don't have to like reteach everything. So it's kind of just we got a little bit of a head start for the season.
Right. Definitely. Looking at the draft pick for both games, these were very, headstrong, aggressive, all-in team comps. Is there any like reason behind that for these like hyper aggressive and hyper offensive teams you've been drafting lately?
So it's mainly around just the individual player comfort picks. Jones was a jungler, so Moo was something that he's played a ton of. Cheeses, MF, Senna, and Veigar. So like those are all really good team fighting champs. So Lem actually hasn't played Xin a bunch, but it just fit really well with the comp. And then Reiwa can just play everything. So essentially, we've just been having a lot of fun, and it's been working. So it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm happy with how things are going.
Absolutely. Can't hate you for the draft if it's been working out every game so far.
That's right.
Amazing start to the season. I can imagine you're in a good mood about this. Hoping to keep this win streak going for as long as it can, all the way up until playoffs.
Absolutely. You heard it right here. We're gonna win CeeLo.
All right, you heard it here. You heard it here first.
Make sure to clip that. All right.
Clip it and ship it. All right. So I mean, as a total for today, how do you feel like the games went? Just a general synopsis.
I mean, we're playing to our style, so I'm really happy with how things are going. Like I said, we've had very limited practices with everyone's schedule, and the first week of classes and everything is kind of crazy. So I'm really happy with how everything's going. I couldn't really ask for a better start. I mean, we've got like something like 150 kills in 4 games. It's actually just kind of nuts how well we're doing. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are playing very well. It's very fun to watch. I was really excited to be able to cast today.
Thank you. These were very enjoyable games. I can't wait for next week. Hopefully, we can get some equally interesting games and equally interesting drafts. The Zinzao was a surprise pick. Maybe we can see some more of that in the future. Maybe not. But hey, if it's winning, you just keep doing what you're doing. Good job out there.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you so much for casting, and thank you everyone for watching. It means a whole lot to us. So
yeah, thank you for coaching.
Appreciate all of you. No problem. I get paid.
Someone's got it.
All right. Well, that was Coach Mann's coaching of the league team. Clap at home. Give him a round of applause. Give the entire team a round of applause. We appreciate you all coming and watching tonight. If you do want to learn more about Ferris Esports, check out the Ferris Esports Discord. You can also search up Ferris Esports. We have a Twitter as well. If you want to come to Ferris, we also have information about Ferris. I appreciate you all watching, and we're out.
All right. Thank you.